Hey everyone, this is Wade Franson. I'm the host of Created in the Image of God. I am here in the studio to record a sneak peek with Payam Zamani. You might recall we had him on the show a month or so ago, but the interest is great and we want to dive a little bit deeper into what he is doing today after his harrowing escape from Iran, crossing the desert to arrive in America, which was featured in his book. Welcome back to the studio, Payam.
Thank you, Wade. I appreciate it.
So you and I have just been talking about the things that you're up to, and I can't wait to dive into them. Some of them are so secret we can't even mention them now, but perhaps we will be able to mention them on the show on August 20th. But what we're going to dive into is really the challenge of, let's say the challenge of our time: capitalism, socialism, communism. How does one build an economy that is equitable and fair, based on spiritual principles in a materialistic nation like America?
And I mean, this is really an interesting conversation. The ecosystem belongs not just to companies, but also individuals. And as you and I were talking about this, when you think about religions and all faiths, they have laws, virtues, and so on, values that they teach the individual. No prophet of God ever came and said that these are my laws for corporations. The point here is that as individuals, we play a huge role, and you know, I would love to explore that a little bit more, and that what that role can look like.
Well, here in America, I'm sure you're aware, we have a president who's very famous for many reasons, John F. Kennedy, but he made that statement: ask not what your country can do for you, right, but ask what you can do for your country. Is it fair to say that principle is one of the things that we'll be talking about?
I think so. Now, I don't want to take away the responsibility of corporations, because they do have a massive responsibility. They are powerful, so we cannot ignore that. But I think that also the individuals are not powerless, and it's important to explore both and figure out how I, as an individual, can contribute to that more just world.
Wonderful. And the balance of these factors, right? Not treating each other as enemies. I mean, there are lots of regulations that today in America that protect employees, and employees do have rights, and they have opportunity to even, litigate. And there are many examples. But I guess what we're getting at is the basic spiritual attitude of the individual.
That's absolutely correct. You know, often, I'm in spaces that we talk about different economic meltdowns, such as the financial crisis of about 14, 15 years ago, when banks easily lend money to people and so on. And there's no question that there was a lot of greed on the side of the banks with what they were doing. But then often what we don't talk about, the greed that we individuals also had, that we wanted to own homes that we should not have been able to purchase. And, you know, I think it's important for us to have these kinds of conversations so we can really think about the power and the role that we as individuals can collectively play.
Wonderful. And I think that wraps it up for the sneak peek. That sums it up. We'll be diving much deeper into this. We'll have audience participation. We'll bring in quotes and examples, and we'll really dig in and try to unpack this topic in episode 112 on August 20th with Payam Zamani. Be there. You don't want to miss it.